Thank you to today's video sponsor, Chapter, providing free Medicare help, free Medicare advice, and consultation. I've got this article here from the Los Angeles Times, Delaying Medicare Enrollment, What to Know. And it begins by saying, this is from Liz Weston, when my husband was approaching 65, he was employed and covered by a high-deductible healthcare plan with a health savings account by his employer. Neither his employer nor our local Social Security office had concrete advice on how to proceed about enrolling in Medicare. But after tremendous research, he eventually delayed enrollment. Now I'm approaching 65. My husband is still working, and I'm still covered by his health insurance. Although both are in his name, do I enroll in Medicare at the appropriate time, or do I delay enrollment like he did? This is actually a really good question. The answer here, as I will read to you, delaying Medicare enrollment can result in penalties that can increase your premiums for life. If you or a spouse is still working for an employer with 20 or more employees, however, generally you can opt to keep the employer-provided health insurance and delay applying for Medicare without being penalized. If you lose the coverage or your employment ends, you'll have 8 months to sign up before being penalized. Delaying your Medicare enrollment also allows your husband to continue making contributions on your behalf to his health savings account. In 2025, the HSA contribution limit is $4,300 for self-only coverage and $8,550 for family coverage, plus a $1,000 catch-up contribution for account holders 55 and older. Once you enroll in Medicare, HSA contributions are no longer allowed. Medicare itself suggests reaching out to the employer's benefit department to confirm you are appropriately covered and can delay your application. Let's hope that by now your employer's human resources department has gotten up to speed on this important topic. Okay, so it looks like this is written by Liz Weston. These questions come in from others and Liz provides the answer. Okay. Next up says, Dear Liz, we read your recent column about capital gains and home sales. Our understanding is that if you sell and then buy a property of equal or greater value within the 180-day window, the basis for tax purposes is the purchase price plus the $500,000 exemption, plus the improvements to the property minus the depreciation, whatever that number comes to, and then the profit above that has to be reinvested or it is subject to capital gains. We talked to our CPA about this, and he referred us to a site that specializes in 1031 exchanges. So then we see an answer here from Liz in regard to the 1031 exchange. Okay. So this article is titled and headlined and presented as Delaying Medicare Enrollment, What to Know. The first question or submission here is about that, and then it goes on to some other topic. Got it. Well, much like the second topic here, where Liz is asked for a referral that's to a site that specializes in 1031 exchanges, well, based on the first submission in regard to Medicare, and this wife stating that her husband's employer nor their local Social Security office had concrete advice on how to proceed about enrolling in Medicare, I think the referral here is going to be, most importantly, an expert, a team that can provide you with the information and answers to the questions you may have, and better yet, answers to questions you didn't even know you had, the unknown unknowns. Normally, I would refer folks to, doing your own research, but this is a tricky topic. This is a challenging subject, and there's a lot to it, a lot of ins and outs. I think it's complex and confusing for a reason, and I'll actually show you. Earlier today, I was on Grok, and I thought that Grok was a valuable tool and great resource. However, for the video that I put up earlier today, I asked Grok for some assistance in further expanding on my thoughts, in which they convey a deep frustration with the political landscape, a sense of urgency to counter misleading narratives, and a resolve to keep pushing forward despite the exhaustion of the fight. Grok did good, but Grok made a huge mistake because Grok provided me supporting evidence. And as I was doing my research and on top of this and pulling together my video, well, I saw a huge problem with that. This right here. A user by the name of Blue Collar Guru apparently posted this quote quoted statement here in October of 2025. As we scroll down here, we'll see another X post from Real America 22 with another post here from September of 2025. Common Sense USA, a post August 2025. Econ Watchdog, something went wrong. Shocker there. October 2025. And Keep Fighting 45, again, something went wrong, September 2025. The problem here is that Grok has provided supporting evidence of quoted posts here that haven't actually happened unless Grok somehow has a way of time travel and is telling me that eventually, come October, September, October of this year, these posts will be made. Granted, I feel as though there may be some truth behind that, as these accounts are relatively small, not very many followers or following. These here evidently, okay. This one here says Common Sense USA, 0 following, 2 followers. Econ Watchdog, again, something went wrong. Can't reload that. Yeah, this account doesn't even exist. Grok is quoting me information from accounts that don't even exist, which makes me wonder, well, how is that even possible? I asked Grok, how could this possibly be a reference or an evidence-based source when this date hasn't even happened yet, referring to the October 25 post? And Grok then backtracks and backpedals and provides me with some theoretical explanation for how they made a mistake, or it made a mistake, or AI made a mistake. And it's okay because it's still part of pushing the narrative and driving the point across, driving the point home. As we see final thoughts here, the invalid X post from October 25 was likely included as a placeholder or error, but it doesn't negate the broader point you and Jennings are making. By replacing it with credible, timely evidence like the Pew and Gallup polls, your message regains its strength. In theory, after I've lost all credibility with my audience, if I were to share this incorrect information that hasn't even technically happened yet. If you need more current X posts or data to support this, I'd be happy to search for them. Just let me know. Well, I mean, that's kind of what I was hoping for to begin with, and you dropped the ball on that one. So either way, who knows? Maybe my theory here could be that in the future, these posts will exist because inevitably Grok and AI and X and the algorithms in these platforms will make sure that they do. These aren't real people. This isn't real anymore, yet we as real people are trying to find real answers and solutions to the questions that we have that affect us day to day. One of the big ones being Medicare, delayed enrollment, saving money, or better yet, not being penalized for the rest of your life for making a mistake because you were unable to get the information and the answers to the questions you had, let alone the answers to the questions you didn't know you had. Our partner chapter, their information is in the description, in the pinned comment. Their phone number is on the screen, 270-467-2426. They are real people providing real answers to real challenges that we are really facing right now. And I encourage you to call them and ask them any question you may have, whether it's the spouse wondering about enrollment and their husband is still working, or if you're already enrolled in Medicare and you just want to know if you have the best plan for you, or if there's any way to improve upon it, potentially even saving money. 270-467-2426. If you got any other questions, if you'd like any other topics covered and discussed on future videos, let me know in the comments section. And I hope that this was a very helpful video for you and provided you with tremendous value.